Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
I run a small community arts mentorship program, focusing on guiding young, aspiring artists who might not have traditional avenues for expression. That's how I met Kai Finch, a brilliant 16-year-old with an almost ethereal talent for painting, especially portraits. He saw beauty everywhere in everyone, and his canvases vibrated with life. But beneath his talent, there was a constant, gnawing fear of his parents, Brenda and Ronald Finch. The Finches were devout, intensely conservative, and ran a struggling artisanal candle business called Finch Family Flame. They viewed Kai's art as frivolous at best, and unholy at worst, especially his more abstract or emotionally charged pieces. I knew his home life was difficult, so I'd given him an old burner phone for emergencies, telling him it was for program-related crises. It turned out to be the best decision I ever made. The hammer fell in January. Kai had been chatting with other artists in an online forum, innocently discussing how he found inspiration in the universal theme of love, mentioning a male character in a historical drama he admired for his bravery. His parents, who meticulously monitored his online activity, twisted his words into proof of his deviance. I got the call at 2 a.m. Kai, shivering, whispered, "Eliza, please, I'm out. It's freezing. They kicked me out." He was barefoot, in thin pajamas, huddled under a small tarp by the porch. A blizzard was raging, temperatures well below zero. Rage and pure adrenaline propelled me. I drove recklessly through the blinding snow, my heart pounding. When I pulled up, Brenda and Ronald were already screaming, emerging from the house like furious specters. "You godless heathen," Ronald bellowed at me. "You've corrupted our son, filled his head with sinful ideas. He's no son of ours, he's a lost cause." Brenda shrieked. "He's tainted, we disown him." Kai scrambled into my car, trembling. I kept my phone recording their tirade, as I had done since they started yelling. Before I left, I made two things crystal clear. One, I had recorded their entire rant, and two, since they had disowned Kai, he was coming with me, and I would ensure he never returned. They continued screaming as I drove away, meeting a police officer I'd called on my way there. After a 6-hour hospital visit for hypothermia and minor frostbite, and interviews at the station where my recordings and the officer's dashcam footage were officially filed, I signed Kai into a safe hotel. I contacted a pro bono lawyer I knew, specializing in cases of minors' rights. The legal battle for emancipation took nearly 2 years, but Kai's recordings, the ER report, and eyewitness accounts, including mine, proved parental neglect and abandonment. Brenda and Ronald didn't even mount a coherent defense, spouting religious dogma that fell flat in court. Kai was finally free. But during the emancipation proceedings, a darker truth emerged. Brenda and Ronald, always struggling financially, had been using Kai's social security number and birth certificate for years. They'd taken out loans for their Finch Family Flame business, purchased equipment, and even secured a home equity loan, all under Kai's name. Their delivery van, their specialized wax boring machine, numerous credit accounts, all legally tied to Kai. This wasn't just neglect, it was calculated long-term theft that had jeopardized Kai's entire future. When he learned the full extent, the fear in his eyes hardened into a steely resolve. He turned to me, his voice calm but firm. "They wanted me gone. They said I wasn't their son. Fine. Then they can deal with the son they created on paper." Our plan was meticulously crafted. Now emancipated, Kai was legally in control of his own identity. He started with the most tangible assets. The Finch Family Flame delivery van and the expensive wax boring machine, crucial to their candle production, were legally titled in Kai's name. He reported them as stolen to the local police. Ronald was pulled over, the van confiscated, and the machine seized from their workshop. When he tried to prove ownership, he found the titles had been invalidated. Kai had ordered new ones and, in a beautiful act of poetic justice, donated both to the local vocational school's arts and crafts department. They were going to be used for actual art. Next, Kai systematically dismantled their financial edifice. He contacted all the credit card companies where accounts were opened in his name, declaring identity theft. This froze several of their business accounts, cutting off their cash flow. Using his status as the primary contact on their business phone, website hosting, and family internet accounts, all linked to his fraudulently used SSN, he canceled them. Finch Family Flame went dark, literally overnight. He rerouted all Finch Family Flame business mail and anything else tied to the accounts under his SSN to his new PO box. Then came the coup de grace he called in repossessions. The loans taken out in his name had funded significant business upgrades to their home and workshop. One by one, items were repossessed until the house itself, tied to a fraudulently secured home equity loan, was marked for foreclosure. The fallout was swift and devastating. Brenda and Ronald were arrested for identity theft, fraud, and child endangerment. Their Finch Family Flame business evaporated. They became pariahs in their community, their pious facade crumbling as news of their crimes spread. Ronald lost his factory job due to his legal troubles and increasingly erratic behavior. Brenda, whose pillar of the community image was shattered, lost her volunteer positions and social standing. Kai's younger siblings were removed from their care and placed with his older sister, Leona, who had always quietly supported Kai. In the end, Brenda and Ronald Finch were sentenced to significant jail time. Their lives, built on hypocrisy and fraud, were utterly destroyed. It was a long, painful road for Kai, but he emerged stronger, more resilient, and truly free. Watching them lose everything they held dear, knowing it was the direct consequence of their own egregious actions against Kai, was a profound and deeply satisfying experience. Justice, truly, was served.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.